Hey, you guys, the other night I was watching social media and there was this vet on there and he was talking about there's a new study out and people were thankful for him that he had figured this out, that there was, dogs, their skin does so much better when they eat fats and oils and grease and these things from fish and other mammals. And friends, I want to say there's never been a time in my life where we did not practice that. That has always been the procedure, the best way to feed a dog. And it's a bad deal that society has gotten so far away from the old way. We're trying to reinvent the wheel now. But I'll tell you, when I was little, every Sunday afternoon, we had many, many, many dogs. And every Sunday afternoon, we would go down to the local cafes and they would keep all of the food scraps all week long from the plates. Most people cleaned their plates. Where I'm from, nobody had any money. The food was great, and so we were appreciative. And so at the local cafe, there wasn't many, but all week long, there'd be several 5-gallon buckets of scraps. And that could be meatloaf, spaghetti. It's just unprocessed foods. Pork chop, the bones, chicken bones, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, cabbage, salad, whatever they were serving there. Chocolate pie, chocolate cake. By the way, I've never, not ever, not one time had any type of bad reaction to a dog eating anything like that, no matter what you read on the internet. And I'm sure there's some horror story, probably can be linked to something else. Won't get into that. But anyway, they ate that and we mixed it in with their food. And on Sundays and Mondays and Tuesdays, they would eat that good unprocessed food that we eat. And in that would be a lot of good fats and greases, like the fat off a steak that somebody wouldn't eat. Very, very good for their health and their skin. In addition to that, we also went to the barbecue restaurants around town and the fish houses, and they would change out their grease and different things. They would catch all the grease from smoking their meats. We would take that and put it on a 5-gallon bucket with our dog feed. Some people call that kibble in the South. We call that our dog feed. We had horses, cattle, and dogs. We had horse feed, cow feed. We had dog feed. And so we had to put it in a 5-gallon bucket and mix that in there. Absolute fish grease, aces for a dog's coat. And, dog cholesterol does not work the same as a human's. And so I won't get into that. You might say, my vet tells me that my dog has hyperlipidemia. Well, let's not get into that. But I can tell you this, our dogs that hunt and that eat this way live very long, healthy lives, family. And they are not on any medicine. I'm talking none, zero. They drink swamp water and they eat hog guts and raw hog fat, the hair, hide, bones, and all. And they live long, healthy lives. And they take that every day. They do not go to the vets. That's what a dog is meant to eat. And you say, well, Brad, I'm just not going to feed my dog and I don't believe in that. And lots of people don't. That's fine. I'm not trying to convince you to do the things the way that I do them. But just realize if you will take some bacon and some raw bacon and put it in your dog's diet from that food that you're feeding them, whatever that may be, maybe from a kitchen that overcooks it and all the goodie is gone out of it. Foods that are low in omega-3s and omega-6s, big red flag for me. I want it oily. And so you feed them a little raw bacon. It's not going to kill them. They'll love it. They'll love you for it. Save your meat grease, save your bacon grease, your sausage grease, save all that stuff, pour it over their food every now and then. Their coats will get slick as a gut and they will love you for it. And if you can't do that, buy you some Alaskan salmon oil, some wild caught salmon, not some of that pond raised stuff, because they don't feed on the same type of bait fish in a pond as they would up Alaska, and that's a much oilier feed. It's also going to cut down on your allergy problem. We won't get into allergies right now. I just wanted to stick with this about the meats and the fats. But friends, our dogs eat that all the time, and Dogos, in a breed that's prone to skin allergies, ours don't have any. Hope that helps. Until next time, God bless.